Hello everybody, Mr. Akins here and welcome to What's on the Comic Rack. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. I know I did. I hope everybody used that time off to spend with family and friends. I know I did. I also used a little bit of that time off to help organize my comic book room. It seems to be an ongoing battle. I'm constantly getting comic books and then those comic books have to be organized. I went to Heroes Con. That was some comic books that now need to be organized. I recently bought a couple long boxes from somebody. Those comic books need to be organized. And I also have been getting long boxes from my friend, my childhood friend. He was the only other person I knew that collected comic books. And I've been getting his, and he had these stored in a garage / barn. And I've been taking those comic books and I've been rebagging and reboarding those. We're going to come back to that in a minute. The other thing I had time to do was watch a little bit of YouTube, start looking at people's videos and seeing what they've got and what they've been doing. And one of those videos I watched from a YouTuber was Adam at Up and Adam Comics, and he did a Lyle Hopson challenge. Now Lyle Hopson appears on the Comic Collector Geeks channel a lot. Matt likes comics, and he has a massive, an absolutely massive collection. So Adam came up with the idea of a Lyle Hopson challenge where you find comics in your collection that he may not have. I thought this was a great way or a great challenge to do that wouldn't put my collection in disorganization. Sometimes some of these challenges, I'm pulling comic books out, then I got to put those comic books back in. So what I decided to do is, as I'm going through my friend's collection, rebagging and reboarding, I'm like, I've never seen this comic book before. This one might be a good one for the challenge. So that's what I did. I pulled out 10 comic books from my friend's collection to see whether or not it can meet this challenge. And of course, we're going to look at these comic books Jambo style. Starting off with this comic book right here, one I've never heard of. I think you pronounce this Jink. This is from Warp Graphics. This is #1. Now, while I haven't heard of the comic book, I have heard of John Ostrander. And if we take a look at the back, we've got an alternate cover on the back here. Second entry in this challenge, Dr. Grave. Now this is from SLG. I've never heard of that publishing company, but this would be a great moon cover. Really love the art on this. I know my friend, he did do the main established comic book companies like Marvel and DC, but he always wanted to branch out, try to find something new, something different. And so he would always have these types of comic books in there, ones I'd never heard of before. Since there was something on the back of that one, let's take a look at the back of this one right here. Our next entry, Action Girl. This is Action Girl issue number 18. This one is also from the SLG company. Never heard of that publishing company. If somebody has, please put it what they know about it in the description below. I've never heard of it before. And I think these all fit in the criteria of being from 1970 up to 2000. I think most of the comic books I was looking at in this section were from the late 90s, early 2000s. In fact, this one actually fits that. This is October of 2000. This is Furlough, your monthly funny animal anthology from Radio Comics, comics with an X there. And obviously this was popular enough to get all the way to issue number 94. Let's see if we've got some artwork on the back of this one, since that first one had some artwork on there. In the wars of the future, the face of the enemy may be your own. Next in this entry, Odd Job. Odd Job #4. Again, this is from SLG. I don't know that publishing company. I guess this one could be considered a moon cover as well. And let's see if we've got some artwork on the back here. And we do. www.spiralcity.com. That is the official Odd Job website. So there you go. Next entry, The Waiting Place, number 4. Again from SLG. See, we've got some artwork on the back of this one. And we do have some simple artwork on the back. Very nice. Next entry, Thieves and Kings, number 29. Another one that's popular enough to get all the way to issue number 29. This was the only one of these that I actually looked through before I did this. I saw that this one was a black and white. And let's see what we've got on the back. A plain white cover. Our next entry, Lenore. This is Lenore number 7. I have absolutely no idea what's going on in this one, but this would probably be a great Halloween cover. See if we've got some creepy artwork going on in the back. And we do. Very cool. Next entry, Xenon. This is Xenon number 14 from Eclipse International. Heavy Metal Warrior. This is bi-weekly. It says Eclipse International, but down here it says Viz Comics. And let's take a look and see if there's any artwork on the back on this one. Do have a little bit of artwork on the back. And last entry, to see whether or not Lyle has this comic book in his collection. This would be Deadbeats number 41. Looks like Claypool Comics. Welcome to Fear City. Population 34,073. Guys Night Out. Like again, Deadbeats number 41. Never seen this comic book before, but apparently, according to what it says down here, this is comics for people who love to read comics. And there you go. There's my entries. And there you have it, 10 comic books from my friend's collection that might meet this Lyle challenge. I'm kind of curious to whether or not he actually has these. I hope this meet the criteria. A lot of comic books I'm pulling out, like I said, were from the late 90s, maybe 2000. I was looking at some of the covers there, and that kind of meets that challenge. So I'm kind of curious to see what the score will be down there. And another thing I like about this challenge, as I'm organizing these comic books, I can pull some of these odd ones to the side. So maybe I'll do another future video to see whether or not he actually has these comic books or not. And until then, we'll see you around the comic rack.
Of course I go to Supercuts. Where else would I go?